It's yours.
Okay. Yeah, you're all welcome to the first ever trading session with my very self, Nomsu Audu, and my co-host, Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen is a veteran forest trader and has been in the forest market since 2008. And
18. 18, I'm
we,
alive.
all right, sorry, 2018. Thank you for that correction. And we're going to be talking about the forest trading market and
You breaking up now, Sue. You were good for the last half an hour while we were just talking, you and I.
Just a bit introduction about the forex market. Trading market is the biggest. Uh, I said it's with over a whole market profit on a daily basis. We're talking about a very huge profit over here. We can get advantage, take advantage of this forex market. So in this session, it's gonna always hold every Saturday and 1 o'clock Nigerian time. It's going to be a session with live session with the opportunity for all our viewers to ask questions at the end of the show. So as I've earlier stated, Sir Alan is going to be evaluating some trade alerts courtesy of Tradera, which is host alert session. Tradera is a site that do provide us with daily alerts and they made provision of it on the back office and also on Telegram. So we're going to pick one trade alert to evaluate for the day so you can see the potentials of the market as we back test what has happened in the market recently. So the current pair we're going to be evaluating this day is the EU. Yeah, that's the EU. I hope you get some time and copy down these parameters so you can be able to ask questions at the end of this session. So at this point, I would like to hand over the ground to Sir Allen to take us through the analysis proper. So I hope you enjoy your view. Thank you.
Thank you, Namsu. Um, so as Mr. Du talked about, we're looking at this exact, and I just 1 second. This exact trade, right? It came in on June the 4th. So let me show it on the other chart. It came in on June the 4th in the back office. I thought I had it. 1 second. Beautiful about a live show. That's interesting, right? Wow. It's high from me. It's June the 4th at, I'll put it back up when it show the date, at 1:55 p.m. my time. And it's the euro dollar, and it was a buy. A buy in the Forex market means that you want the chart moving forward in time to the right to go up. A sell in the Forex market means you want the chart moving to the right in the future to go down. That's all it translates to. You're just speculating whether the price is going to go up or down. So we know the price because we know the time we were told to get in the trade, which is 12:55 p.m., which was my time. That's Telegram comes in the time frame you're in, right? So this line right here shows the actual time we got the alert. So I'm going to highlight first this time frame. And so we would have put the trade in right here, leaving out of this candle, coming into this candle. So I'm going to mark that right here with it's called a horizontal ray. So now we have the time locked in the vertical line, and we have the price point locked in on the horizontal time, right? So the next thing we would do is look at what the take profits and stop losses was. Now, because I'm already a trader, the first thing that catches my eye is where was price at most recently. And price is just the actual candles moving up and down. Every piece, everywhere the candle goes, it represents the part on this price scale at that moment in time. So when we click the buy button right here at this moment in time, it was exactly at one. Hey, I'm gonna just mute that person. Okay, hold on. Another mute. You know what? Let's do this. So everybody is muted for the moment. So this moment in time is correlated to this price. So anywhere along this model where price was ever at, it was actually representing the number that's to the right of it. So it's a bunch of invisible lines, if you will, happening all the time. When you click the button, you kind of trigger yourself at this spot. So once we click the buy button, the broker would have locked us in at this number, and now the movement up or down in the future would have been based off of this price of 1.13256. So when I'm explaining it to people, I talk about a thermometer, right? So a thermometer has the temperature you're at, and then you have, so that's would be the 1.13256. That's exactly where we were at that time. And then a thermometer then goes either hotter or colder by degrees, right? And those degrees are what we call pips over here. So if it got hotter or went up, it would have been at another spot here. And if it got colder or went down, it would be at a lower number here. So if you kind of think of a thermometer and the degrees going up or down, that's kind of how it works, right? And then you're just speculating if the market is going to get hotter or colder from that thermometer example. So I wrote down the so first I want to see what the market did recently. And recently, first we said buy, so we know we want the market to go up, right? So I'm looking to the right, to the left and up to see where has price been recently. And although it's been as high as here, I know the broker doesn't take me out automatically. So I'm gonna go somewhere around here, and I'm going to put my own first hypothetical take profit here, right? So if I want prices to just do what it's already done in the past, I know it's proven that it can go to about here. And then what I'm gonna do is measure how far that is. And so that's right about, so you see that 20.0, that's 20 pips. So that means that the thermometer, so we came in at 50 degrees, it went up to 70 degrees. It moved up 20 degrees, right? So degrees and thermometers is pips in trading, right? So now before we lock in, so we know we want the market to go up. We just got in here. And so now, before we would have pressed the button, we would have gauged how much we would have put at risk. And I'll put that back up in a second. So the market allows you to multiply the amount of pips that's going to happen, good or bad in your direction, good in your direction, bad out of your direction, multiplied by how much you're going to put at risk, like at a casino, right? So if you had a slot machine, before you went and actually pulled the lever, you would have looked to see which slot machine you wanted to get on. Did you want to get on the penny slots? Did you want to get on the dollar slots, the $10 slots? You actually got to pick what slot machine or what bet you want to have before you press the button, right? So in this example, we're going to imagine $1, right? $1 per pip. And we saw that the potential move was 20 pips. We have a potential of $20, if that makes sense. So I just wanted to highlight that. So now you have the two variables, how far the move could go, and then how much are you going to wager, or what slot machine you're going to sit at, right? So for my example here, we're just going to use $1 a pip. So that's how I would have looked at the trade right away. when I pressed the button. I would have been looking at where has price gone recently, gave myself some wiggle room because all ties goes to the broker, right? So if it comes exactly where you said it was going to go, automatic take profit, which is when you tell the broker to take you out. So mine would be at 1.346, 1.1346. If it wasn't exactly there, it wouldn't take me out the trade. This is just my experience trading. So that's step one. You can ask questions about that. That's why we got the second half of the show. Now, that's where I would be looking at my potential take profit. Now, the broker, Tradera, had put some potential take profits as well. I am going to put this back up again so you can write it down if you want to. These are the numbers I'm about to put in for my potential take profit. And then this is also a potential stop loss. So these are predetermined places where price could go. So the way Tradera sets it up, they're telling you whether you want to be super conservative or super aggressive. These aren't really put for you to take 3 different trades, right? They're put for you to decide how aggressive you want to be in the market and for you to look at those take profits, how I just did, to see where price is going and if you think price is going to move that far again in the future. So take profit 1 is your conservative take profit that the broker gave, and take profit 3 is the most aggressive that Tradera gave. I'm sorry, not the broker. The broker's who you betting with. So right now, first I'm gonna put all 3 take profits right here, right? Then I'm going to put the numbers in. So we're going to make 3 more blue lines, just right here for a second. Now the take profits go over the price. We're putting them here so that way I can send them where they need to go. So first I'm gonna put in 1.13456. We sent that one where it had to go. The next one, we're going to 13952. We sent that where we need to go. Okay, I got 14946. So I would have put these take profit, whichever one I would have picked first. You see, I would have picked this one, and you look at this spot right here, which is the first one, is right about where I was saying anyway, and they're not connected. I showed you why I picked what I would have picked, because I'm more of a conservative trader on the offense side. And then now we're going to put one more, but we're going to change the color. And this is going to be our stop loss, and that's going to be I think right here is good to highlight that each one of these candles right now on this chart is 5 minutes in length. So everything I just didn't take 5 minutes, right? So the trade would have still been going on as I set these so I can pick which one of them was going to really be my stop loss and my take profit, right? So now what I'm going to do, while I'm still deciding, because I would have done this literally on my chart to see where I wanted to take my take profit and where I wanted to put my stop loss. And I'm going to go up to the 4-hour chart. So now each one of these lines are 4 hours in time. These candles are 4 hours in time. And we're going to look for we're in December 2011. That's why. If you look down here, you can see that I'm at February the 6th, 2020. So I'm just going in the wrong direction right now. So here we are, that same moment in time we just talked about, right? And then these are the prices. So if you can look back here, price hasn't been to these other spots in a while, right? So I'm actually look for price first. So if you look at my dotted line, this is where I see the last time price was at take profit 2 and take profit 3. And so you can see what the Tradera expert was looking at. He was saying if you want to be aggressive, you can go back to the last time price was at a high. I'm gonna go back and say that was in March 9th of 2020. So I'm not an aggressive offensive trader. I like taking small, quick hits, but you may be aggressive because you've seen price do it. So that's what the coach or the expert is doing, giving you the option to pick which way you wanted to trade. So even from the aggressive point though, now that we kind of got it mapped out. So I actually use Trading View to chart to make my chart like we're doing here, and then we put our trades in on whatever broker you choose to use, which is totally your choice. Let's change this color because it's it's different from the take profits, right? There we go. So make it bigger again. So this is how the trade would have went for me. And I'm going to assume that I put the most aggressive trade on, okay? So I would have put it at the highest one because I want to be aggressive. In this example, although I showed you that I'm not an aggressive spirit, what I would have done is when price would hit the first take profit and went higher, I would have been dragging my stop loss, which is going to automatically take you out the trade, and I would have took it to about right here if I was being aggressive, right? Which means that now if price comes back down, it'll take me out the trade and I wouldn't make any money, but I wouldn't lose either, right? So here I would have got taken out and I would have been aggressive and I wouldn't have made anything. It would have went up. I would have pulled up to what's called a free trade, which means if it comes back down, I don't want to be on the bad side of that. So this trade, if I was being aggressive, would have worked out to be a no hit, right? Now, if you were working on the second trade, we wanted it to get to the second take profit, what I would have done is when I saw it break through here, I would have came in, and this is all back to your preference. I would have came in and I would have went here. Once it broke through the first one, getting ready for the second one, and this one is a guaranteed 20 pip trade, because as it broke through it, I would have took my stop loss above that first take profit. So that way, if it would have came back down like it did, it would have cashed me out at this level. So those are some of the things you can do with the take profits. And so coming off of that, let me put this one back where it was at. Hold on, I want to show y'all something else. 2971. We also in Tradera, in our particular group, I don't believe it's company wide. We have a group of entrepreneurs that has decided to help us with some of their brilliance, and we have something called a 20 pip and dip indicator. And so what that does is then gives you some of the insight of the pressure in the market, right? So we still got the same. I still would have put everything on like we did. Then I would have clicked the 20 pip and dip indicator. And if you want the market to go up, and we have tutorials on how to use this, but you see that this red showing here is selling pressure, which means that the indicator is telling us that there's something right at that spot trying to push the market back down, right? So if you look, it came up, it went to what's called a higher high, but that pressure was right there. Then it came down to a higher low, which is called structure. That's the whole part of being a part of Tradera. We got education for it. But so that means that the market still wants to push up. This is up pressure. So you have up pressure here, down pressure here. We came here. This was some low pressure, which is under where our stuff is. So that's something to look at. Then it actually came down, pushed back up, and then we have some more high pressure. Selling pressure, right? And then it came back down. So you can this helps us along our lines of making decisions as well. But for this particular trade, Dan Allen, I would have set my my ideal take profit here, it would have matched the companies, and I would have been right about here. This would have been my trade, and then it just would have been how much you would have wagered on the trade. So first, Mr. Nomsu, I'm going to leave the 20 pips and dip on it. I'm going to turn the call back over to you before we open it up to questions or comments. Tell me what you see with this or anything you want me to do with it, with the indicator on or with the indicator off. Let me unmute you first so that way I'm not. You're unmuted, sir.
Yeah, you're just frozen a bit. Can you come again, please?
Which part? Right now.
Yeah, from where you mentioned 20 dip indicator.
Okay, so with the 20 pip and dip indicator is an extra bonus for having the Tradera membership, right? From dealing with our particular group of entrepreneurs. So the 20 pip and dip community added this as a extra. It's like the icing on the cake. So Tradera is the cake. The 20 pip and dip indicator is the icing that you get on top of the cake, or maybe the ice cream on the side, right? And so the indicator helps you understand market structure, which is when it's talking about the higher highs, the higher lows, the lower highs, and the lower lows. So there's training for all of that. We can talk about it here, of course, because we got time. And then these red dots up here, they indicate selling pressure. So when the market's going up, as you can see it's doing here, there's nothing really based on the indicator wanting the market to push back down. But at this spot, there's some orders coming in or some people, we call them the bears, if you will, because bulls mean like the horn goes up, so that means you want the market to go up. Yeah. Bears, claws is going down, it means you want the market to go down. So as a trader, I'm not a bull or bear. I'll take the market any way I want to go, right? Because I don't get a better return betting up or betting down, right? Which is back to that thermometer process. So if I'm the trade alert told me to go up, so that's what I would have did here, and that which is that green line, and then I would have took this. I would have measured all of this before I would have clicked buy, right? Then I would have started putting all this stuff in I just showed you. I don't expect the market to take me in or out in 2 minutes. So all the stuff that we did with all the talking was about 10 minutes of talk, right? Which are 2 of these bars. So within 2 bars, I would have put what I thought the take profit should be. I would have measured against the 3 take profits that they gave me. I would have went back in time to see where price had acted before. And then I would have it's been months since it's been up that high. I wouldn't have wanted to bet that much. I'm okay with taking 10, 20 pips, which is really our strategy. Take 20 pips and then dip. Dip means get out the market, right? So very clearly, I'm going to go 23 pips in case the broker had a fee. This trade would have fit inside of our 20 pips and dip system, but Dan Allen would have probably got 17 pips because I would have set it for here. So was that clear this time?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's your show. I'll turn it back over to you. We can open up for questions and answers. We got some guests or partners here. Hopefully the 20 pip indicator looks wacky enough to want it, to figure out how to use it. But this is with the 20 pips and dip indicator, which comes as a part of a extra bonus. It's not promised in the Tradera subscription, but we get to get it. And so I take advantage of it. That pressure would have said everything to me. So some people would have took this last pressure and they would have put the thing up here. I just know how the broker works. So this take profit is respecting this take pressure spot. And with that, sir, I turn the call back over to you or the show.
Yeah. Thank you, Sir Alan. You really gave it a very precise and a wonderful presentation, very clear to me. And the whole thing is becoming more interesting by the day. And I believe other viewers too are saying it the same way. So this is the time for everyone available to ask any question. If you have any question in regards to what our co-host here just explained about the whole indicator and the processes they trade a lot, I think this is a time for you to make forward any question, and he's here to make available answers for your questions.
You just got to unmute yourself. Awesome.
Do we, okay.
Let's give about, I guess we got 8:25. If we have no questions at 8:30, we'll wrap the show up. The show is called the Trading Hour, so that way we did a analysis, which we did this time here. Next week we'll pick one of the trade alerts as well and do a whole nother analysis. But it's going to be the same thing, just with whatever the trade alert showed us. I'm gonna look at where I would have took the take profit myself in my head, but I'm gonna compare it to what the expert puts out. Then I'm gonna choose. I'll tell you which one I would have chose, and then the stop loss as well. One of the things you do is once you set the stop loss, when you get to spots, whether if you want the trade to be free, where you got no more risk, you put the stop loss above the entry. If you want to lock in a guaranteed win, you put the stop loss at some spot that you want it, that you take that guaranteed win at. So, Mr. Audu, while we waiting, Nomsu, do you want to look at it with the indicator on or with the indicator off?
A question available from our audience. Let's get the indicator off so we can have a better view.
Okay.
I have a question if you guys got a second.
Sure.
What broker do you suggest, in your opinion?
So every broker has different pluses and minuses, and it's like dealer's choice. What I would do is, depending on what country you're in as well, is I would Google top 50 brokers in whatever your country is, and really just read the pros and cons. So the thing about this is that you can get full-time income, you can get full-time doctor's income out of this market. So I suggest that the answer to that is to expect you're going to make $100,000 a year if you get this right, and research that specific thing from that perspective. Because you have MT4, you have C-Trader, which are different platforms that brokers trade on. You have brokers that have different leverages. You have brokers that have different margin calls. So your actual broker is a place you want to get very, like what college you want to go to. You know what I mean? Like what city you want to go to get the job where you're going to end up meeting your wife and have your children. Like, so it's that heavy of a question, and not to just me to tell you who I think you should go with.
Okay.
But it's definitely something to research. Like we were researching brokers in a certain country, and I pulled up all their sites, looked up all their pros and cons. Then I had to write them down because I was flipping through screens, and it was getting like, so I took a piece of paper, was my partner would have done an Excel spreadsheet, and then I would have put all of the pros and cons right next to each other so I can look and see what's going to be best for me.
Okay. So what can we look forward to? And I know it's a very general, you're going to have to give probably a very general answer, but just because if people starting from the ground up and don't have a clue, I have a question in regards to what can we look forward to in regards to brokerage fees, like in general?
So the brokerage fees come in two forms. One's the spread, and then one's the commission, right? So, and then they're on different pairs, right? So, like with the broker that I've been telling people about that I work with personally, right? We're recording this, so that's why I'm giving you that answer. The broker actually gives you a choice to get a classic account or a pro account, and a classic account has the actual spreads. And so the euro-dollar spread for this chart is going to be less than the pound-yen spread, which is a different chart 100% of the time. It's just a different monster, right? But on the pro account, they charge a flat rate. So the now don't matter. So then you got to determine, do you want to, if you're going to go through multiple, if you're going to trade multiple pairs, so you want a flat rate, and that way you don't got to think about it, or are you going to trade maybe just this pair that got a lower spread? Or like something back to how I'm still going to answer, but I'm going to tell you that the variables are so unique for what your goal is. But the spread is going. What I will tell you, hopefully that was a part of the answer though. But what I will emphasize is the broker going to get their spread when you click the button.
Okay.
So if this, like, so a lot of times when I'm trading the euro dollar, the spread is somewhere between 0.3 pips and let's say 0.9 pips, somewhere between those three, right? Between those two. And so when I click the button, I'm at negative 0.9 at the very beginning with my broker.
Okay.
So I got to go to 0.9 first just to be even.
Right.
So if you get in the trade and get out immediately, you still have a commission to pay. And so when I was learning how to trade, I looked at, I got this place I want to go, right? Which is profit. And to be able to get to profit, I got to pay the broker. So I started calling the broker my Uber costs. And so sometimes Uber costs this much going here, maybe it costs more during a seasonal event. So I know I got to pay Uber the route I want to get to. So let me make sure that I make the place I want to get to worth the Uber costs.
Right.
So, but whatever, you're now there's other stuff that affects the spread. Like if you trade between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, your spread is going to be ridiculous. Like it's almost a punishment for getting in a trade on that 1 hour, right? Because the market is setting itself. Then if it's news, right? If a news event, which is we have something called an economic calendar inside of trading, where certain news events are already established. So getting in a trade at a news event on the economic calendar will have your spread go up as well, right? So there's some other, that's why it's a little bit of an education. But when I was an electrician in the Navy, I had to spend 10 months to learn how to play with electricity before they let me actually play with electricity. So, and I've been shocked before, right? So when you don't do it right, there's an immediate feedback, right? So the market will do that for you too. So what I would tell you to do is get the demo, right? You're gonna put this trade in that demo while you're reading up on brokers and did everything we just talked about here, because all I did was took the trade alert I saw, went to the time frame it came on, and then I marked my chart up to see what the broker was talking, what the expert was talking about.
Okay.
And then I made my decision from the first I got in the trade. So I got to buy. I did that first. Then I started looking, okay, where do I want my take profit to be? Here go my stop loss. Okay, blah, 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 right? Because in the next 10 minutes, which are two bars, two candles, it didn't do either one either way, right? So this is a function of time now. So now if you look far enough in the future, it actually went down to my stop loss too, which is June 5th at 8:23 p.m. So in this one trade, I would have won and I would have lost depending on what I would have done. Now it never hit my second take profit. So if I would have only had a second take profit and not did what I just showed you, hopefully this is some value of pulling your stop loss up so that way you got a free trade and then automatic money, right? You still could have lost in the same trade. So somebody won and said, these guys are amazing. Somebody went for the most aggressive thing and actually lost, and they see these guys are terrible. So what I wanted to do in this setting with my partner, Nomsu, is show how we use the trade alerts and then what they look like on the market.
Okay. Now, I just have one more question.
Come on, that's what we're here for.
All right. Now, generally, all the brokerage accounts, you can automate it though, right?
It's automated. Tell me what you mean.
Like when you said you're setting stop losses and take profits and stuff like that. This is something that you're setting up as you're taking a trade, right? So or is this something that you have to be watching to hit a particular button at a particular point? I
got it. So when I set the trade, right, then I can put in my take profit and my stop losses, right? And then so they're not predetermined, but I put them in after I set the trade, right? So I put the trade in first. I click the button. I evaluate where I want them to go. Then I put them in. Now from there, you can do one Now they're set. You have to set them. They're not preset. You have to set them. But once
Right.
they're set, they'll be automatically triggered when one of the two happens.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Okay.
so when you're watching the trade, you can go, okay, I know what's this one. Now I told you all ties go to the broker. So when the market hits right here, like let me highlight something for you. So these 3 candles right here, the broker wouldn't have took me out. Maybe not even this one. This one though. And it still would have counted here. So all ties go to the broker. Just trust me. Now, what you have when the trade is going is you have a little X next to your trade while it's counting up and down. And if you see what you want to see or any time in between, you can manually get out the trade as well, even though you got to take profit in, which is this line. So the casino, this is the cash me out line. Across this line, you saying cash me out. And if it hit down here, they're going to cash you out.
Right.
But this is a place of keeping you safe because you're allowed to lose all the way down to here, right?
Right.
You're saying the maximum I want to risk out of my account. Now, and again, if it get here, it might not take you out. These wicks pop down and come back up, it might not take you out. This one here would have took you out.
Okay.
But you told him to. So you can
right. Yeah, that's vital. That's definitely vital. Yeah. All right. No, you made that clear. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. This is what we're here for. Anybody, Mr. Nomsu, I'll turn it back over to you.
All right. Any more questions? Still open. The ground is still open for questions.
Yeah, good morning. It's Les Squire. I got a couple questions for you.
Hey, what's going on, sir?
Go ahead.
All right, Sal. How you guys doing? All right. Now,
Les, Nomsu, Les. You spoke to me and I left my partner in the drive.
Yeah. You're welcome. Yes, sir. You can ride on, sir.
Mr. Montu. Okay. Okay. Nice to meet you.
You're welcome.
Couple questions. Now, this is something you guys are gonna be doing on a regular, correct?
Yes, we're setting them.
Yeah.
One time a week, this same hour, unless Nomsu wants to make it earlier because this is the hour we're starting off with. Absolutely.
Okay. Now, you know I'm going very elementary because I'm just starting off. So, at this point, you're talking about when you get an alert from Tradera, right? This is based upon a live alert coming from Tradera. Okay. Now I see this here. I see the graph you just put up, or this information you just put up. Now, how do we get that? If they send it to our back office or send to our email? That's what. How is this sent to us so we can know it right away?
Okay, hold on one second. It comes in 2 different forms.
Okay.
The first way, it comes automatically, and this junk keep not showing. I'm about to make it over again. Hold on, I don't know why it's being very disrespectful right now. Hold on one second. I gotta move some stuff around. So, got a couple of monitors.
Okay.
There we go. So this is how it comes officially, right?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Right. So this is your back office. You
right.
get the trade alerts, and it pop up here. But unless you're actually looking at your back office,
right,
you're going to know exactly when it happens, right? So
right.
The other way it comes is through Telegram.
Okay, I just connected with that. Okay.
And this is exactly how the Telegram alert looks. So I was doing this yesterday with somebody in a different time zone, and it was unique to their time as well. So it's your local time specific.
Okay.
So that's why for this alert, the whole analogy for this trade is I'm saying that it just hit my phone, right, and I came in at 12:55. And what I did immediately was just press the button, right? Which is this green line. All I did was say, this trade This time I press the button. And then now I have
All
to
right.
build my take profits and stop losses. They have suggestions. And so the rest of the show, we're recording this, so you can watch the recording. I show you exactly what I did when I pressed the button. So this
Okay,
is
now,
that moment in time.
okay, I'm sorry. Now, when you say you press the button, say for instance, I'm on my cell phone, right? I got this alert. So what button is it that I press? I'm sorry for my,
No,
you know.
this is why we're here. No, absolutely. I go to my broker, right? I'm in demo or live, whatever, which one you trade in, and I hit a new order. So your broker's gonna let you have a button called place an order, whatever it's called in that brokerage way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can you tell it whether you want to buy or sell. So this one was a buy because that's what they said, right?
Mm-hmm.
So buy means you want the chart to go up moving forward. You want the thermometer to get hotter, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So I put the trade in first. So the trade's in. Then I go back and look at the chart using trading view, just like I did literally. I put in what I think is going to be based on what price action told me in the past, in the most recent past. Then I set all three of the take profits that they set, and then as you've seen back when you watched the video, I put them all of them down here together. Then I shot them up to where they're supposed to go based off the take profits off the trade alert. I put the stop loss in based off the trade alert. Then I look at my trade on TradingView. Then after I look at it and see what I want to risk, what my profile is, then I enter that information from a one take profit and one stop loss into my broker account.
Okay. Now, my broker account, I just heard a gentleman speaking about that.
Yep.
Now, I wasn't sure if he was speaking about, I know this is Pips and Dips, so this is all demo. So he was speaking about, this is where I'm a little confused as far as the broker account. Was the broker account a live broker account or it's a demo broker account?
So the broker has both, right? The reason why we recommend everybody go to demo first is so you're not putting any capital at risk while you're learning how to use the tools.
Right. Okay.
Right. So the broker account is your access to the market, right? This is just information, but to place a trade, it's like betting on the horse race. You got to go to wherever horse race is or wherever that access is. You want to bet on a game or if you want to go to the casino. So the broker account is kind of the casino.
Okay. Okay. So I think last time I spoke to you, we talked about Forex broker, right? I believe.
Yeah, I'm not gonna recommend a broker on this call though.
Okay. So that's our part to just do the investigation.
Absolutely. Now you and I work together, so I made you a recommendation, right, based on what you really did. But you can go with any broker you want to, and please don't just take our word for it. Do your own investigation. Google. You're in the U.S., but everybody's going to be watching this is not in the U.S. So you can put best 10 brokers in the U.S. and see what comes up, and then do your due diligence from there.
Okay. And that's okay. So if I pick that broker, that would be the same broker I would use when I'm doing this officially. When I'm doing it, you know.
So this
live.
This part is the charting, right? So we chart on TradingView, one, because this is where the 20 pips and dip indicator is. So we kind of, from a group perspective, all chart on TradingView, but then who you use as a broker, that's the part that you actually want to place the real bet on. So I'm getting all my data from making my choice on TradingView. Then I'm taking, like right now, my trade is going, I'm gonna press the button. I would have already pressed the button on my broker, right?
Okay.
And for any reason, if my broker number was different, let's say my broker, when I clicked the button, it was 1.1322, right? I would come in here and I would turn this to, so it matched my broker information, and then I would have did everything else I did here. So we chart on TradingView, so we can all have a universal way of seeing information, and we can take advantage of 20 pips and dip, right? But we actually place our bet at our casino, which is our broker. Like y'all guys, y'all guys, because I know who you are, right? You're in Atlantic City. Y'all got a
Right.
bunch of casinos, right? But in
Right.
Philadelphia, we got the Sugar House.
Right.
Right there on Spring Garden and Columbus Boulevard. So now I don't got to go to AC no more to go to play blackjack. I just go to the Sugar House.
Right.
So that's all the brokerage, your access to the actual trading.
Okay. All right. Now I got another question.
Sure.
It's in reference to now this might be because this might be different, but you know how the company we said we get the live trades from the company where you just copy. This is something different, right? Where you just copy it and you trade it. So that's the actual real deal.
Well, this is the real deal too. So I don't know what you mean by the actual real deal because they're both the real deal. But
well, I guess I mean when I'm talking about money wise,
I'm with you.
actual money wise, I guess.
They're both still the actual real deal. I understand what your question. I'm going to make sure that I'm being as literal as possible because we're recording, right? Oh, hold up. I'm sorry, Les. So the company has two different places of value when it comes to, Les, unmute yourself again. I'm sorry. So the company has two different places of value. Right now, I'm highlighting one for this show because there's a trade alert, right? We can look at the trade alert and see what we did. There's another value for being a part of Tradera. What you're talking about is that there's actually live trading sessions where there's a trader that's looking at the charts in front of you on Zoom, and they're marking the charts up to what they're about to trade or why they're going to take a trade or not take a trade. So in addition to setting this trade alert, which happened at 1 p.m., I can then go to 9 p.m. my time. Nomsu, what's 9 p.m. your time? What's that? 2 a.m. Nomsu's time, and we can watch a live trader trade and make some more trades. So you got two different places to get pips in your life, which is one, trade alerts. Second is live trading sessions. And in the trading sessions, you can actually, how I'm talking to you, but you got to chat them. You got to put them in the chat. So the trader is going to be talking about a chart, and then normally it's multiple charts, and they're looking at what they would do at this moment. And like they may tell you on a live trading session, because right now the market's closed, right? So you can't take a trade now if you wanted to. Please don't. But they may look right here and say, hold on. I would have took the trade. So they may say right here, if it already bounced here, if it bounces up here again, I would take the sell going back to the 50. So you don't got to know what all that means, but if they take the sell going back to the 50, you hit sell, you put your take profit here, and then you would have gotten that trade too. So you can actually follow a live trader, which I got more than one screen, right? So I can look on one screen with the live trader, have my demo account on another screen, and I actually have trade alert on the third screen. So while they're talking, I'm doing the same chart and they're doing, and then I'm going, oh, that's why you would do that. But that's a different value than what this call is about. But thank you for highlighting that Tradera has another way for you to make money by following the trader.
Okay. All right. Good deal. I'm getting my head around this, but it's coming. Of course, more times than more times when I see it, quite naturally, it'll make a lot more sense to me.
It took me 10 months. It took me 10 months to get out of A school.
Okay.
I had book time and lab time. So
okay, good deal.
The thing here is for the cost of the Tradera membership, and you can get with the person at it's $99 a month. That's easy, right? So you have the opportunity to get these trade alerts, get on these live trading calls. This is happening free anyway, just because Nomsu and I wanted to add value to explaining what we get value out of with our time with Tradera, right? So we got something going on called the Global Empowerment Project, right? So Nomsu is in a different time zone than I am. His money is not even a US dollar. He got different money than me. We got different accents, but we both can come in and take advantage of what's happening in the market. We both care about the people that's close to us. We both want everybody to win big. So we took this hour out of our lives. We matched the time so that way other people can get a chance to get a kind of a microscopic look inside of what the Tradera $99 membership is all about. So that hopefully they'll take advantage of it for themselves. But if nothing else, they can't use I don't know what it's all about as a reason not to win for their family. So this is really an excuse removal project.
Okay, good deal. Good deal.
Good morning.
Appreciate that.
I'm the queen on the phone.
Hey, Queen, talk about it.
I need to get a couple questions in because I wanted to understand, is this considered day trading? Because I see you have several monitors there, more than several. You have like, is it 5 monitors?
There's a couple. So we have to define it because to some people, day trading means
you have to sit and watch your screens.
Right. So I sit and watch my screen because I take it seriously like a heart surgeon takes care of what they do, right? And I don't have a 9 to 5. I haven't had one for years. So I know that based on however much I put my wager, the slot machine I'm on, I can make somebody else's full-time income, right? So when I was working at a job, I gave the job 8 hours every day, right? So I stood in front of wherever they told me to stand in front of, till they told me I was off, and they told me how much I could make, even if I wanted more, right? So what I get to do here is treat this like, so I'm the employer here, Queen, and I'm the worker, right?
Gotcha.
So, and my boss is an asshole. He makes me sit up the computer and make sure we make these pips, right? So the reason why I have more than one monitor is because I like to be able to see what's going on in more than one pair. And if it gets good to me, I want to be able to have more than one broker.
So is Tradera your main, or that's just one you're sharing that it would be a good option to select as your broker? Okay,
Tradera's not the broker, Queen. Tradera is the information source to where I'm gonna choose what trade to make. So I'm sitting and Tradera says, "Hey Dan, look at the euro dollar at 12:55 p.m." Right?
Right.
That's my source information of where now to look, because there's a whole bunch of pairs, right? There's about 28 just between the 8 major currencies, and like Nomsu lives in a marketplace where his actual local currency isn't one of the 8, so it's even more than the major 8, right?
Okay.
So in the major 8, there's 28 different pairs. So Tradera just by sending me this alert helped me filter through all the noise and gave me a moment in time to look at this particular pair at this particular moment in time, and then gave me a suggestion to which way to go with the trade.
Okay.
Right? So for this one trade, let's say we're only betting $1 a pip, I would have made about $17 in this one trade. But I also could have bet $100 a pip. I could have bet 10 cents a pip.
Okay. The reason I asked that is because I'm a part of IML, but I just started, and I was introduced to this, so I'm kind of glad because I've gotten into IML before, but I couldn't understand it. You're breaking it down, so I'm like the other guy. I have a bunch of questions, but I'm not going to put them all on this call.
Okay.
What's the difference between this and IML? Because I know you know both.
Yeah, the biggest difference that I've heard is the price per month. So I'm sure it's other nuances, right? So and if all for this we can get into, I guess, a more specific, but the biggest one I saw from just a quick glance, right? Because I am also giving you information on how to take a trade, right? So the difference is $99 a month, $249 a month.
Yeah, I think it was $174 for the one I did, which is much more for me. I would say Dylan, because I'm also working on my Series 6, so I kind of understand what we're doing, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? Because what I'm going to be doing is totally different. This is where I'm going to be controlling my own, but yet have broker still. So what would you say would be a minimum amount to come into this, once we go into it live?
I've heard somebody say as little as $50 and taking a 0.01 lot size, which is 10 cents per pip. And then from there, whatever your risk management is.
Okay.
So that's
and I know with our people, we need to probably be conservative any way, because I've been in the financial field for years, and we want Black Wall Street back for real. And in order for us to get in it, a lot of times you have to go low. And like I said, I'm not putting anybody down. It's just that I feel like this group here is giving me more direct training. They don't really have these type of calls. They'll have recruiting calls and then say, get with your person. But this is like,
thank Nomsu, Queen. That's all. Thank Nomsu.
yeah. Well, I appreciate the people that brought me to the phone call. I'll get with you guys, and I'm gonna stay on the call till it's over. But yeah, I'm excited about it.
Welcome to the
The
party.
opportunity.
The thing about me, right? Because I come from the same tribe as you, so I'm Black.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the people, my sons are Black, the whole thing. But the really empowering part here is that every tribe can be represented.
Yes.
That's why we call
Amen.
it empowerment. Like I got an Armenian business partner. Like they want to get money too. I got a business partner in Australia. They want to make money too. We can identify with our struggle, of course, but the actual financial pressure is global. Yeah, it's that.
It really is.
And
It's really global.
yeah, that's all. So, and the thing here, again, me and Nomsu, we talk all the time, and we want people to really, really, really win. And so with that, it's just clear talk, clear understanding. And that's why we put this on, because for the $99, this is what we get. And this is what it looks like as you have it. And I know that people don't already know how to navigate this environment. So Nomsu and I decided to sit down and help people see what it looks like to press a button.
Well, definitely we appreciate you, because I've been around, but I ain't been able to make it. So this is what I needed.
Now,
so thank you.
Queen said we doing good.
Yeah, y'all doing good. Thanks to my people that brought me on, Kyle Lundy. Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right.
Mr. Salam, thanks, Queen. First, before I hit you, Mr. Salam, Mr. Nomsu, do you want to speak to that? Because Queen just gave a whole lot of medicine for that, for you.
Yeah.
The time.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's a great testimony for a start, and I believe others too are feeling the same. I would like to say she's welcome, and she's going to see more of the needs to be here, as the time goes by. They're all welcome.
Okay, so we have Shahid Salam that raised his hand.
Thank you.
And we got 3 minutes left. So Shahid, you got the call, and then Nomsu, you close us out. Shahid, unmute yourself.
Okay, I'm not going to hold the time long at all. Good morning to you, Mr. Dan Allen, and our international expansion leader there, Mr. Nomsu. Definitely a pleasure to hear and see you on this training trade call. I'm just like blown away, because I agree with what Miss Queen says. See, I'm a total student when it comes to this whole approach here, and I appreciate the fact that when I get on and continue to play with the demo account, it's just a blessing to have such leadership right from among us to be able to guide us through this stuff. Because if I had to go on the available trading site that the company itself provide, you still have to have some guidance, and y'all definitely provide an incredible platform for it. Because I tell you, if I had to swim in that by myself and learn how to play with the demo account by myself, I'll be catching headaches. I'll need a container of extra strength Tylenol right on the side of me as I'm going along. So I definitely like to give y'all kudos for that. And I appreciate you, Mr. Allen, putting the UN on this thing. Cause I got a Caucasian friend, man, straight from the trailer parks, boy. He want to get this money too. You know what I'm saying? He's open as well. So it's a platform for just what we actually participate in. This company enable us to expand, globally, and we're gonna have every nationality in the world participating in this here. And if they're on our team, if they're partnering up with us, they're gonna have a pretty strong segue into understanding of what we had from this company anyway. Like that, I just like to thank you both, and I'm just giving it back to y'all. I'm not really too much interested in asking a question. I don't even know what to ask. I'm just standing in my lane. And with that, I'll just give it back over to you guys. And whenever you guys do this, definitely put notice out to me so I can tell everybody that I know that would appreciate that this whole platform. And I'll turn the call back over to you from there.
Awesome. Mr. Nomsu, we're at the top of the hour. Your last thoughts, and then take us home. And let us be here next week.
Yeah, as I said earlier on, I really super excited that our participants are really getting to love this very show. Reasons why they will never want to miss our Saturday's show. So at this juncture, I would like to call it looking forward to seeing everyone next week Saturday, and same time, same channel, same hour. That's 8 o'clock US time and 1 p.m. Nigerian time. You all be well. Thank you.